Okay guys, so here's our test review. We're going to go back through all the quizzes. So the first thing we learned was classification is organizing things by their characteristics. Taxonomy is organizing by characteristics completely. And then we watched the King Philip video. So the first thing the King Philip video taught us was what binomial nomenclature was, which is how we name things, binomial nomenclature, and what we need to look for. So for example, who is the closest related to the South African wolf? So South African wolf, this is its common name, okay? But the Canis felixus, this is its scientific name. Remember, the Canis comes from the genus, the Felixus comes from the species, okay? Canis is what you are. Species is just a random characteristic. So we want to relate things by their genus, what they are, not necessarily about just their characteristic. Okay, so are we going to relate the South African wolf Canis felixus to the New England bulldog Canis fluffus? Well, canes and canines look very similar, but it's not the same. The European Mastiff Jarvis cletus, that's nothing similar. The Texan Coyote Canis tutus, wow. Canes and canes, okay, that looks promising. The North African wolf Tuts domesticus, okay. A lot of people fell into the trap and said, I bet you a wolf is related to the wolf. Remember, we do not relate based on the common name. We relate on the genus. Canes, canes, so this is the best answer. For example, if we had Canis or Canis domesticus and Felix, cat feline domesticus. Okay, they're both species is domesticus, but that's just a characteristic. They're not even related in their genuses. Okay, so we relate things by their genus. Okay, next thing. Here is the taxonomy quiz. Remember, taxonomy, taxa. Taxa meaning the related groups. We watched the King Philip video. Now I know it said King Philip came over for good spaghetti, but then we had to add domain just in case, like eukaryote versus prokaryote. So technically it could be dear King Philip came over for good spaghetti. So there will be some stuff like this on your STAR test. So whenever you get asked about, oh, they're asking me about species and family and genus. Ready? Let's do the mnemonic device. King or dear King Philip came over for good spaghetti.
Oh, good.
If you forget that they stand for kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species, it kind of says it in the question, kind of like how to fill them in. So ready, using that right there. Arthropods are joint-legged animals. Spiders, crabs, pillbugs, centipedes, and millipedes are examples of the many types of arthropods. Which of these arthropods are the most closely related? So remember, if there are two organisms in a kingdom together, that doesn't say much. We're in the same kingdom as a pillbug. Do we have that many characteristics? No. But for example, if we're in the same order as a cat, like we're both mammals, that says more and relates us more than us just saying, oh, we're in the same kingdom as a pillbug. So as you go down the taxa, you become more related. So, guys, this was on a real STAR test, and I hated it because they used the species. Normally, as you go down, that's the more related, but what do we know about a species name? It's just a characteristic. So, do you pick kingdom, species, family, or genus? Where are you the most related? In your genus. Because guys, if I said we are both homo, as in Homo sapien. If we're both homo, that means we're both animals, we're both have a backbone, we're both mammals, we both are omnivore, we're all the way to humans, okay? But remember, just because Domesticus and Domesticus, Canis Domesticus and Felis Domesticus, just because they have the both species name, that does not mean that they're related. So genus is the best answer. Kingdom, you're not really related that much if you're in the same kingdom, who cares? But as you go down, you're more related, okay? Which of the following is the most broad? Broad meaning has the most. So which one of these is closest to the top? Kingdom, family, order, class. Kingdom, that's the closest to the top. Good. And last but not least, which taxa below gives you the most information? You get the most information at the bottom. So for example, if I said you are in the kingdom animal, all you would know is, okay, if I'm an animal, I'm multicellular, eukaryotic, sexual, mobile. But if I said you are in the order Mammalia, you must be animal, so you're all of those things. Then you must be a chordata, you must have a backbone. Then you're a mammal, then you have to make milk for your young and have hair. So the more specific you get down lower, the more things. So which is the lowest on the thing? Family. King, Philip came over for. Yep, family. King Philip came over for good spaghetti. So we have kingdom, family, order, class. Which one is the lowest? Family. Good. Okay. So, and this will be posted on today's deal. Okay. Characteristics of a newly discovered organism. Absorbs blue light, emits infrared radiation, contains RNA in the nucleus, appears as a red organism in full daylight, can obtain nutrient through photosynthesis. Ooh, okay. Knowledge of which of these is most important in classifying this new organism into a kingdom. So remember the kingdoms we did. Animal, plant, fungi, protists, the bacterias. So which one can help us? The color of the light absorbed? No, because all organisms in all kingdoms are all colors. That doesn't help us. The type of radiation emitted? Are organisms supposed to emit radiation? That's a bad thing. Nope. The use of photosynthesis. Yes, because do all kingdoms photosynthesize? No, so it narrows it down. The color of the organism? No, because organisms are all colors. Green. All just plants aren't green. A lizard's green. Okay, and that's an animal. So photosynthesis helps us. 2. Which characteristic of members of the plant kingdom, so it's got to be plants, distinguishes them from animal? So it's basically what makes it a plant and not an animal. Storage of energy and chemical bonds. Both do that. That does not distinguish them. Exchange of water with the environment. Animals give off liquids. No. The use of messenger RNA during protein. Both do that. The use of chlorophyll, of solar energy transformation. That would distinguish it into a plant kingdom over an animal kingdom. Okay? Next one, 3. Some zooplankton belong to the kingdom Protista. So remember, protists look like bacteria but not. Members of the kingdom are characterized as. So in my mind, when I see the word protist, I think of unicellular but eukaryote. Having a segmented body, that's like an amoeba sister, don't have a body. Contains one or more eukaryotic cells.
Yep.
It's eukaryotic. Okay, let's see if there's a better answer. Laying eggs. They're one cell. How do they make an egg? Have a 4-chamber heart. They're one cell. They don't have a heart. Okay, if you know a protist is unicellular, it can have a body or an egg or a heart. So B is the right answer. Okay. That is a plant cell. I'm going to shake y'all if you get that wrong. That's a big old vacuole right there. You got chloroplast. The cells of above are most likely belong to plant kingdom. You should know that's a plant cell. Okay? Plant kingdom. 5. A laboratory investigation. This one was a little bit difficult for y'all. Examine prepared slides upon water. Single cell, so right now it's unicellular. Organisms with a nucleus, eukaryote. We're visible. These belong to. Okay, plants are multicellular. Ooh, all three of these are unicellular, but only one of these is eukaryotic. Which one is that? Protist. Bacterias are prokaryotic. Okay, last one on this page. Multicellular eukaryotes that are mobile and obtain food from other organisms. What's that? Animal. Plants are photosynthetic. They don't obtain food from other organisms. Fungi are multicellular, eukaryotic, not mobile. And then Protista is not normally multicellular. Okay, so animal is the right one there. Okay, a student wants to use the Venn diagram below to show the characteristics of two kingdoms. The characteristics that the two kingdoms are shared will be in the middle. Okay, so fungi and plant, which one do they share? Are they both heterotrophic? No. Plants are autotrophic. Are they both mobile? Neither. Prokaryote? Neither. Multicellular. They are both multicellular. A lot of people were confused on this one. What would be the best way to determine if something was a bacteria? Guys, if it doesn't have a nucleus, it is bacteria. So what is it when you don't have a nucleus? You're a prokaryote. Because guys, bacteria can be hetero or auto, but they're never eukaryotic, they're only prokaryotic. So best way, if we would be playing charades and I would say prokaryote, the only prokaryotes we know of are bacteria.
Oh my gosh, I picked it and then I crossed it
I
out.
know. Hey, this one, y'all, number 9. All you need to know is this little bitty thing right here. Scientists determined that the organism of the genus Spinalochus were eukaryotes. What is the definition of a eukaryote? Has nucleus and organelles. Good. So, because cells have. So if you're eukaryotes, it doesn't necessarily mean you have a flagella. Hereditary material, all things have that. It doesn't necessarily mean you have a cell wall. A eukaryote has to be about a nuclear membrane, a nucleus. So all that fluff up there didn't help you. And then some students use information that they gathered for lab investigation. Okay, guys, when I'm looking at this is what I see. Does not have a nucleus, not. This is a prokaryote.
No.
Has a membrane-bound nucleus, this is U. Which one says cell 1 is pro, cell 2 is U? Perfect. Okay, let me show you the test now.
Oh no.
Miss Spice, did we ever get back our
Never got the taxes.
The quiz back?
taxonomy quiz?
Yeah. Hey, real quick, I want to show you something. Okay, so here is what's called a cladogram. This will be on your test tomorrow. So, you see all these organisms? They have their genus and their species. Look at the macaw, Sylvanius is related to the macaw, mulatta. Okay, and do y'all see how they come together right here? Like they're very related, but then they are more related to this organism, but then these organisms are related to these. Okay, I want to show y'all something. Over here, this is the oldest, okay, and then they diverge to these two. So then these are today's species. So for example, who is the most related to Hyloblattes lar? There's nothing directly related next to it, so which one? I go up. Now what direction do I go?
Down,
Down?
down, or right, up, to right.
Good. So technically, this is very related, but then what happens is if you go to this side, it diverges, and there's a whole bunch of more different DNA transactions. Good. Who is the most related to the Panpeniscus? Where do I go?
Down.
What's right? Yeah, right.
Good. So even though this gorilla is next to the Paniscus, is it more related? No. Let's try another one. Okay, who is most related to? Me. We're good with this one. Let's do another one. Oh, I want to show you a dichotomous key. Hey guys, here's a dichotomous key that probably is going to be on your test tomorrow. Look at, all you have to do is look at the compound leaves and the simple leaves. So first question, 1A or 1B, is it a compound leaf or is it a simple leaf? Okay, you're like, Miss Spice, you didn't teach us what these leaves mean. Guys, I will never be able to teach you all this stuff in biology, but it gave you a key up here. What do you see that happens in compound leaves versus simple leaves?
They're all like separated. They kind of look like a fern.
Exactly. So by looking at this guy right here, what is the first step? Does it look like a
compound leaf or a simple leaf?
A
simple.
simple. I agree. So when we start doing our dichotomous keys in our test, you know, you're gonna get something having to do with a living thing, and just use your best. Watch this video, it's gonna be on my YouTube, and yep, tomorrow's test will be probably around 30 questions though.
Did you do it?
30.